So for part 2 on Unit 3, Worksheet 3, we're going to start by making some circles that are stacked on top of each other, kind of like a snowman. And then what we're going to do is draw a rectangle up here for that cutout at the top. And in order to find how large that rectangle should be, we can go up 17. This actually only gets us to the center of the circle. So we'll need another 10 in addition to that. But we can change that at the end of the sketch. And so then what I did is I made a rectangle that's 5 wide because this is the gap in the middle. And then I'm going to make 2 rectangles on the either side that are 4 wide. So to make those, you start the rectangle at that corner. The width is important, and then the height doesn't really matter as long as the height comes down and intersects the circle. Once you have these, we then have to make our circles outside of these circles in order to have a region to actually extrude. And so if we look over at the side view on the left side of this project, or this problem, we see that the space between the inside and outside circles is 2. And so we want to make a circle that has 2 outside of it. And so 34 would be our diameter for this top one, because the inside circle has a diameter of 30, and so we need 2 on one side and 2 on the other for a total of 4 on the outside. Same thing with the bottom circle, we need a diameter of 54. And then at this point, I'm going to go back up and change the rectangle to be 27 high. So I can now finish the sketch and extrude it. And notice there's a lot of lines here. We could trim it, but I don't think it's really worth our time, seeing as we can just select the regions that we want to extrude. And then the distance, if we look at the side view, 20 is the full distance, but we need 2 less on each side. So 20 minus 2 is 16. So here we have this shape. We're then going to sketch on the front edge here, and we're going to do that same exact thing, except this time we're going to make our circles 8 larger. So we've got 8, 38, and then we can actually leave these shapes up here. So finish and then extrude. Make sure we get both of these outside regions. And we're going to go an extra 2 in this direction. And then do the same thing on the backside. And that's what will create that ridge. So once we have that ridge, we have a couple things left to do. One is to make this top actually be a circle with a hole through it, and the second is to push in this section so that there appears to be a ridge on the top. So we can see that this section here is 20 in length, which is good because the whole shape should be 20 deep from front to back. So to make this a circle, we need a diameter of 20 or a radius of 10. And so we can actually use the fillet tool, and we can select all these short edges here with a radius of 10, and that'll curve it down to a circle. We see that there's no flat section in between. It goes right around the shape. Then we can make a hole, and if we click and drag our whole, that white center point will illuminate. We can see it there. We want our hole to go through both edges. We want the diameter to be 15. And the last thing we need to do on each section is sketch on this face. And what we want to find is a region that that needs to go into the shape. And so first we're going to draw a circle with a diameter of 20, and then we'll just make lines that go straight up and hit this circle from the corner here. So really, we made the full circle, but we're only using this arc on the bottom here. We finish the sketch and then extrude. We can put this shape, and we want it to go to, but not join. We want it to cut and go into the shape. -2 angle. Okay. So now we've cut that shape. We can do the same on the other side, and that's how we finish this drawing.